We haven't seen any new Animal Crossing spin-offs since New Horizons released. Why? You think with an IP this successful, they would be pumping out spin-offs, or at least one to hold us over until the next mainline game releases, because it's already been 4 years since New Horizons came out. I need more Animal Crossing. Spin-offs aren't a new concept to the Animal Crossing series. We've had them before, however, we've only gotten them somewhat recently. The first spin-off we saw was Happy Home Designer. This was a 3DS game similar to what we have as Happy Home Paradise now. It's basically a decoration sim. You talked to villagers, decorated their houses, that's it. The game was sold separately from the main game of New Leaf though. This is the first instance where we could use Animal Crossing amiibos. We were able to call villagers to us and design their homes. This installment introduced some mechanics that we have in New Horizons, or I guess more of just like quality of life upgrades, like the ability to use God mode to decorate inside of our houses. This was a top tier idea that I hope never gets taken out of the games. I could do away with only pushing and pulling furniture forever. According to the Happy Home Designer producer, Aya Kyogoku, this game was created solely to make Animal Crossing amiibos. The team just wanted amiibos, and this is what they came up with. Well, this is one of the things they came up with, anyway. Then we got Amiibo Festival. Before I get into the horribleness that was the only sad Wii U installment of Animal Crossing, I'd like to take a minute to thank today's sponsor, HelloFresh. I am here for less stress, and HelloFresh does that for me. Thanks to America's #1 meal kit, I can eat better with fresh ingredients without having to leave my apartment. HelloFresh gives you those fresh ingredients and chef-crafted recipes to make dinner time delicious, which is good for someone like me who barely touches grass. I should probably get outside more. I haven't seen the sun in days. Good thing HelloFresh comes right to my door. And they have a ton of recipes to choose from each week, so I'm never bored with my meals. There are over 45 recipes to choose from, and they rotate every week. Drew and I are always mixing up our dinners with different options. Everything is pre-portioned, which makes the cooking process easy. There's a whole market full of items as well, which I usually pick through, grab a treat or a quick snack to help me feel full and focused all day to help me reach my New Year's goals. I'm still in the middle of restarting my healthy New Year's resolution for the 3rd time this year, but HelloFresh at least helps with the food. They've got health-forward options like Calorie Smart and Protein Smart options to add to my box every week, which is good because if I can't stick to a workout plan to save my life, but at least HelloFresh has my back when it comes to fixing my eating habits. And sometimes they have a ramen recipe, so of course I'm getting HelloFresh. Get yourself started with HelloFresh. Click the link in the description or use my code to get free breakfast for life. 1 breakfast item per box while subscription is active. Now that we're fueled up, it's time to spend that energy complaining about Amiibo Festival. This board game spin-off was another installment made purely to sell Animal Crossing amiibos, and you can tell. It was a simple board game where you had to scan your amiibo every time it was your turn, and then you'd roll the dice, move around, and the next person would go. And that's it. That's the gameplay. Though it did hook up with Happy Home Designer, where you could import the houses you created in Happy Home Designer onto the board, but that's it. The best part of Amiibo Festival was Desert Island Escape. This minigame is actually really fun. I would have been happier if this was the main game instead of the board game aspect. The main idea here is to use amiibo cards, of course, move your characters to collect resources, and help the villagers escape the island. Amiibo Festival was lackluster. At least Happy Home Designer had some substance to it. This new spin-off board game got a lot of negative feedback because of the lack of gameplay, but also the $60 price point. Maybe if this thing was $15 or $20, it would have been better received. If you can find a used copy, grab it for Desert Island Escape, and hold on to it for 50 years because this baby is gonna be a collector's item. It was the worst selling Animal Crossing game ever, which means there's not a lot of copies out there. It's less than 1 million. Finally, we have Pocket Camp, which, besides how badly Amiibo Festival was received, I think Pocket Camp is the whole reason that we don't have a new Animal Crossing spinoff. This mobile app is so successful. It has a huge player base, it has in-app purchases, you can subscribe for goodies every month. The perfect formula for making money. Though it's nothing compared to Fire Emblem Heroes. Oh my god, when I was looking up sales numbers, dude, this game is crazy. That's why gacha's never dying. Look at the money Fire Emblem is making. In 2020 alone, Pocket Camp generated over $75 million. So I wouldn't call Pocket Camp unsuccessful just because Fire Emblem Heroes is crazy successful. But why would the devs spend money and time making another spin-off game when they could just keep making new furniture and clothes for people to purchase in a mobile app that already exists? Way less work. Pocket Camp is still getting updates every month for the past 6.5 years. This thing is just a constant money-making machine. It's hard to tell how much profit is being generated from the outside versus the cost of running this game, but it's more than Amiibo Festival, and that's probably their only goal at this point. There were some smaller applications that were developed over the years, like the Animal Crossing Clock, Animal Crossing Calculator, Animal Crossing Plaza, and photos with Animal Crossing AR photo taking thing. Just cute little additions to our consoles. They didn't really do much. Animal Crossing Plaza made me excited for an HD game though, but they didn't really do anything revolutionary. Spin-offs are mainly created as a way to take the IP and mechanics of a game and shift them to a different concept we aren't used to in the series. For example, the Persona games are a spin-off series from the Shin Megami Tensei games. Persona is now a lovable series of its own with a bunch of games that have since been released because of its overwhelmingly positive reception. Or Arceus Legends for the Pokemon series. Arceus felt like a really cool tech demo to test out some future ideas for the mainline Pokemon games. They need all the help they can get at this point. Animal Crossing doesn't really do this. We did get God Mode decorating from Happy Home Designer and, I guess, crafting from Desert Island Escape and Amiibo Festival, but that was about it. Nothing new or revolutionary is tested in Animal Crossing spin-offs. Instead, the devs use the mainline Animal Crossing games as the experiment, and then make any improvements or quality of life upgrades in the following game. Maybe Amiibo Festival just turned them off of spin-offs forever. But what could they do for spin-offs? What about a cooking app? Cooking is definitely something that needs a bit of an overhaul if it appears in the next game. A cooking minigame or a recipe app could be a great way to work out some kinks, figure out what works for the series and what doesn't, giving the mechanic a little more depth. Or go all out and give us an Animal Crossing themed Played Up or Overcooked. Or, cafe minigame with Brewster? Yeah, bring that back please. Another mechanic that needs a little help is farming, mostly because it's pointless outside of decorating and cooking, which makes it super pointless because cooking is pointless. Give us a Heyday-esque game to have more in-depth farming, or go all out and make us a mini Sim City where we can really be the mayor of our own town. If you haven't seen my Crafting is Bad in Animal Crossing video, go check that out, but we need a new, more exciting way to collect resources. Mystery Islands were cool for a month, but they got really old really fast. Add mines. These are an interactive way to collect a bunch of crafting resources. It gives us a reason to explore and adds a bit of randomness to our day. While you're at it, make the dungeon crawler that Animal Crossing was originally supposed to be. I'd love to watch Hazel wiggle her unibrow at some enemies to scare them away, or Jitters chucking his highly caffeinated boiling coffee at some monsters. I'm shocked we haven't seen a spin-off yet. New Horizons sold over 40 million copies. That's 40 million people who would at least take a peek at a game with an Animal Crossing name, and it would make me way less impatient, and maybe stop me from villager hunting. No, that's definitely not true. That'd still be villager hunting. Or port the original Animal Crossing. Hello, we can do that. What would you want for an Animal Crossing spin-off? Or do you just want to see the next main game in the series? Because I'm pretty much at that point right now. I keep looking for any news of a new console just to see if we're getting a new game. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!